What's going on? This is Coach Marcus for Pro Fan Talk. The Eagles got past the Giants, and ain't nobody happy. The Eagles got through the Giants. It was not a pretty game. Again, I don't understand what it is with this team. Why we can't just dominate or have a good game all the way through. It's always got to be some type of first half, second half, brought it back, came back to second half, or we, just like when we played Washington and some other teams, we let them stick around long enough and we end up making it a closer game than it needs to be. I don't understand some of the decisions we make. We did the same thing with the first Dallas game. We did the same thing with Seattle, and we ended up losing. The Jets game, we ended up losing. For whatever reason, we just can't put people away. I don't get it. You still got questionable calls. We finally got the running game going on, and then they stopped it. Then they came back to it. At the end of the day, DeAndre Swift had a great game. Gainwell had a really good game when they gave him the touches. And I don't understand why we don't lead with that. It still looks like we don't have any hot routes. We're still not tackling very well. The defense played better. Shaq Leonard looked like he was playing pretty well. Our issues can be fixed. We just got to fix them. You know, I rave about Blankenship, and then Blankenship gives up a long touchdown when he takes a ridiculous angle. There's no way that you thought that you was going to get to that receiver taking that angle. We got lucky on one play. Tyrod Taylor just misses. They run a beautiful play action. And they get everybody to bite, and I believe it was a tight end sneaks right behind the cornerback, and Tyrod Taylor just throws a lame pass, and we get lucky, or that would have been a touchdown. And the ending could have been very, very different. So we got to get some of this stuff right, man. We still can't tackle. Nolan Smith has Saquon Barkley dead to rights. It would have been at best a 1 or a 2 yard gain. It was 4th and 1. He was right there in the hole. All you got to do is make the tackle. And he misses, he whiffs. And a 1 yard run turns into like a 12 yard run. And that stuff happens to us all the time. Our tackling sucks. Our defense would not look as bad as it does if we could just tackle. Can't really do much in the back end. But the linebacker should be expected to come up and make a tackle. Day one stuff, not setting your feet, ducking your head, and the running back runs right past you. Not the first time, it has happened. Our tackling continues to suck. And it's going to end up burning us in the playoffs. Opportunities to get tackles for losses or keep the gains down. Keep it a 1 to 2 yard gain, and a team will end up getting 10 to 12 yards or a first down or move the chains or whatever the situation is. If we could just get our tackling to be adequate, it would make our defense look that much better. Offense, we have our woes. I still think, I won't say we're trying to force the ball, but for whatever reason, we're not going across the middle. To me, it seems like that is our bread and butter. Whether it's running a slant with A.J. Brown, who he always seems to break a tackle, or Devontae Smith goes across the middle and just beats everybody. And then you tend to forget how fast he actually is. Why we don't go across the middle more, I have no idea. Because it's not like Jalen is missing the receiver. Nobody's going across the middle. You can look at the next gen stats, it'll tell you that. We don't go across the middle at all. That's bad coaching. That's bad play calling. That is bad play design. That's the kind of stuff that we should be able to fix in the meeting room during the week. We finally got a chance to run the ball and once again get Swift involved. And Gainwell had a great game, but you can even look at some of the plays. If it's not for their ability to cut and get out of trouble, we'd be complaining about the running game again because they probably would have abandoned it. But if it wasn't for DeAndre Swift breaking tackles, Kenny Gainwell breaking tackles, we still don't want to get these guys outside in space where they can use their speed. We finally ran pistol. We need to run pistol more so we can get more play action. Our play action is so much better when you're running pistol. The running back likes to be deep. Running backs like to run downhill. They do not want to run sideways. So when you're running an off-tackle play or a replay downhill, you have a bigger chance of success. So we should do that more. And watch what happens when we run pistol and we run play action. When Jalen sticks that ball out there, watch what happens to the linebackers. Watch how they move. Watch how they come up the field and they create space in the mid-level, in the middle of the field, which we don't attack. It all works together And we got to take advantage of it. The play I mentioned earlier, the play action with the Giants where Tyrod just made a bad pass, that's a perfect example. It sucked everybody in wide open. And we've had plenty of opportunities, but the play design doesn't allow it. That's on Brian Johnson, Nick Sirianni, the geniuses back there on offense. Y'all got to make it happen. Y'all running this Madden type stuff. People know what we're doing. We have no variety. We have no hot routes still. I don't understand that at all. Every time we run the bubble screen or we try to run a screen, everybody sniffs it out. That's why Jalen Hurts almost threw that pick six. We're too predictable. They don't want to put any variety in the play calling at all. And it's costing us. I saw the sideline issues. Stuff like that happens all the time. Go back and look at Bill Parcells. Go back and look at Jimmy Johnson. Go back and look at some of the stuff that Tom Brady used to do on the sidelines. That is not unusual. So I am not going to blow that up. People that haven't played football or haven't been on the sidelines or on a team, they really don't understand the dynamics and the relationships that go on the sideline. You see stuff like that every week. That is not unusual. What I did like to see was the coach stepping up for Hassan Reddick and challenge Nick Sirianni. So I'm sure there was some heated discussions in NovaCare this week about that situation, but it probably got ironed out. Stuff like that happens all the time. No big deal. We play Arizona. Now we got the Gannon to worry about. Because I do say worry about it. We should dust them out of the water, but the way we play sometimes, we play down to our competition. So now we're down to 2 weeks to get it right. Still stuff that I think we can fix. It's up to the coaches to coach it up and figure out what we can do. So we shall see. Go Birds.